Hello and welcome to the cryptocurrency weekly update after the market close, on 6th of April. Let's look at, as we always have been doing so far, as GBTC as a kind of a guide through this whole thing. Since last week, the action has pretty much mirrored last week. It's stable on the end of the week where it started, and it finished off last week anyway. And in both cases, it tried to get up there, and the market sold off on it. So there's obviously still some profit taking going on. Most of all, as I'll show you in a second, there's just not the money. There's just not buying. It's not as if there's much selling. It's just without buying, stocks, anything will literally fall of their own weight. So for some reason, stock market alike, people have just pulled back. So whether that's an ominous thing or not, still remains to be seen, I think. So let's try and make some sense of this chart. There is this step here. We can actually draw quite a clear line there, and that's on the weekly chart. So near enough, in the spirit of it, that's a good amount of touches there over a long time frame. So we could have if it holds that line, then all is well. If it breaks that line, on the other hand, though, then we're definitely looking at a test of this next average here, which is the 70 week. And the 40 week is definitely rolling over now to be like almost flat. If I draw a line, try and get some sort of trend here, we can see the ones it's broken. If we went like this, we can see there is something there as well. So it's almost in like a crosshairs right now of a few trend lines. There's another one. So it's kind of right there. To break that, see what happens this week. I don't know. We have to see what happens from that, but that wouldn't be positive. And it seems to be hanging around this 7,000 mark. It seems to have found 7,000 as a number that I keep seeing it clings onto. Let's look at the weekly chart. And obviously, I'm looking at Bitcoin, but they're all in the same sort of boat right now. There's just lack of buying. So here's the the daily chart of the. I'm looking at Bitcoin Investment Trust because hopefully it's kind of balancing out the things. But even this one now has got below its 200 day. There we can draw lines here. You can see the ones it's broken, like there. If we were going to do something now, it would probably be something like this. And again, that's sort of reflecting the weekly chart, it's sort of holding on there. But there's a downward trend there. And it needs to break out of this wedge, or it's going to get real trouble. I mean, this 50-day curling over like that, if that crosses the 200-day, that won't be a good sign. But it's a hard thing to map because it's all so new. Again, I'll reiterate what I've keep been saying. Blockchain is here to stay. That is the future. You want to be invested in blockchain. It's like investing in anything to do with the internet back in the late 90s. Cryptocurrencies are going to, they're going to fluctuate. They're going to have their moments. But blockchain itself, I'm still scanning for great just blockchain related stocks. Here's what's going on in the universe. You can see the capitalization. This is the important number here. How much money's actually gone into this. And this number for Bitcoin is half. Less than half of what it was recently, and only just recently. I'm not talking about the peak. So and they're all getting affected, and what that's telling you is that there's just not the money flowing into them, and without that, they're just going to drift lower, and that's what's been happening. So let's watch that important level this week, and I will speak to you next time.